great.
And this giving your lunch to the class monitor thing and the organizing fights and everything.
That is a little bit exaggerated because like everyone had to bring their own lunchbox. So usually they open the cover of their lunchbox and then walk around and then enjoy everyone's meal, everyone's side dishes, like a buffet, No one covers their lunchbox because like mine is yours is mine, that kind of Korean, thought. Yeah, sharing is a, you know, caring here. Yeah, there are like some rich students like who had like two different side dishes, one for the public and the other one for his own. So, that explains everything, right? So one has to be taken out for everyone.
In my elementary school, we didn't have that type of system, but we did have this sort of trading. We had like, trading going on. Like I'll trade you my sandwich for your cupcake. It's like more like just business transactions. If I want your cupcake, I'd say, "Hey, do you I'll trade you half my sandwich for your cupcake." And if like if they or like I'll trade my Cheetos for your cupcake. That's a more realistic one. And then if they agree, then you trade your food and then you have your food. But I remember the teachers at one point got really upset about that, so they like made this announcement, you can't trade your food. If you trade your food and you get caught, you're going to get like written up. So they tried to put a stop to it. It's basically like how people did with Pokemon cards. That's how they traded their food. Well, I know my mom specifically she didn't like that because she packed my lunch and she wanted me to eat the food I gave her. Like she didn't want me eating those like sugar cupcakes. She wanted me to eat my carrots and my whatever I had, lunch sandwich and my fruit cup, you know? So like some people, I remember some kids were eating like salami sandwich and pudding, and then they had like chips or something, and then like a soda. And then I would have like a meat sandwich, a fruit cup, uh, baby carrots, and I was just, I had like such a nice healthy lunch. But I was still jealous of people that walked in with those snack packs, or the zebra cakes or something.
Kind of, sounds like really fair to me because you have options, right? Like you can decide either I, trade that with my sandwich or yeah, just stick on my sandwich. But in Korean culture, no choice. You have to do it because that's what everyone does. I feel you, man, because my mother always pack my lunch with anchovies and then I know fried like grasshoppers. Not kidding. We used to have it really tasty, like a very it's very rich in protein, and I kind of like it. But I really envy those who have a spam, like a little nicely, like a fried spam. That's really junk food, right?
I don't mind spam so much. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, but spam is yeah, only like fat and salt, right?
And the fighting,
I don't know. I fought a lot. I don't know, like for any region. What I can remember very clearly was there was one guy opened his lunchbox, and then that was a kimbap, like a roll of kimbap. And as soon as because his mom is really famous, for serving nice, like a very yum food. So as soon as opening his lunchbox cover, a lot of like chopsticks goes into his lunchbox right away, and then gone before he touched his own food. He was really angry, very angry. So oh my, like almost shivering. My personality. Like I don't really care. Like or I find it funny, right? So I grabbed the last bit of kimbap, the last one, and ate it. And he shouted at me and she swore at me so bad. And hey, I thought you and I are a good friend. I just had one piece of gimbap and you swear at me. And I think he threw his lunch box on me. So, all right, you really want to fight? And He said yes. And then we all go out. We all went out. And then we start fighting because of one piece of gimbap.
What is Kimbap?
Oh, right. Kimbap is a gime seaweed, like a flat sheet of, seaweed. Not something like a long and like not edible one. Very easy to eat. And with a rice, and in the rice, usually like a parboiled what carrots and some raw lotus roots, and what else? Eggs and spinach. Yeah, so very like well balanced food. Like because the seaweed covered the rice, and the rice has like carrots and then some eggs and sometimes sausages in it. So very well balanced food. Yeah, that is kimbap. So when we make a long roll of kimbap, and then we slice into several pieces, usually like 8 or 10 pieces, and that is a one portion for a small person. Like usually like a big, you know, big people eats like two rolls, right? Yeah, and then he brought like one roll of kimbap, and then the kimbap was all taken from the people around them.
We don't have kimbap in America. I'm wondering what the equivalent is. I don't think it would be anything with seaweed. It would be something more like Cheetos or something. I think it depends on the person. It's funny how valuable food is when you're a kid.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.